I'm going to take us on a little journey since it's spring and leaves are coming back and flowers are blooming. We'll take a little walk and just enjoy the sights and sounds of spring. If you can close your eyes, let's take a couple of deep breaths. Breathing in the energy of life. Breathing out. Breathe in again. And just let it go. And take one more deep breath. And let all the thoughts and worries and to-do lists go and just relax. And if you can imagine yourself on a path in the woods or in a garden or maybe out in your yard, and just look around you. Notice the blue sky. Feel the warmth of the sun on your face. Hear the sounds of the birds singing. See the little shoots coming up through the ground and the flowers that are already up. And see the leaves coming out on the trees, or the flowers on the trees. And just let yourself relax and be in this space, enjoying the beauty of nature, listening to the sounds all around you, feeling the light spring breeze, and how good it feels to have the sun on your skin. And just stay here for a little bit and enjoy the sights and sounds and the smells of spring. And slowly get ready to come back. Just look around a little bit more and enjoy a few more seconds here. And this beauty that we're so fortunate to have all around us. Let the energy of spring fill you. Feel the renewal within you as the earth is renewing. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back into your space that you're in now. And carry this feeling of peace and energy with you throughout the day.
Thank you, Joyce. That was beautiful. And actually, it was a perfect description of something I'm going to be talking about. And so basically be repeating myself when I say it. But it is part of my talk, and that was just beautiful. Thank you. We think of New Year's as the time to make resolutions for the coming year in order to improve ourselves. But really, how many of us are still committed to these promises today? The gyms fill up in January, but are much emptier by March. Spring is a time of renewal and rebirth, the time to begin anew. Beginning anew is to look deeply and honestly at ourselves, our past, actions, speech, and thoughts, and to create a fresh beginning within ourselves and our relationships with others. Spring is full of changes, plants bloom, animals emerge from their winter homes, and the weather warms up. It is a wonderful time to enjoy the Japanese concept of forest bathing, which Joyce just did beautifully. It is as simple as taking a walk in the woods and stopping to notice the sounds, the smells, the trees budding, the flowers popping up, the colors, the way the sunshine filters through the trees, the temperature, the feel of the air on our body, and the animals and insects scurrying about. If you cannot go into a woods nearby, just being outside, you can observe these things. This gives you a pause to refresh yourself and to connect with your spirit of silence. Spring celebrates the renewal of life on the earth. This turn in the seasons has been celebrated by cultures since the beginning of time. Festivities were held to honor gods and goddesses this time of year. Modern pagans continue to celebrate the coming of spring. They attribute the changes in the world to an increase in the powers of their god and goddesses, which is the personification of the great force that is at work in the world. Egg races, egg hunts, egg eating, and egg painting are traditional activities that have been incorporated into our Easter celebrations. Eggs and rabbits are examples of the fertility of spring. It's a time of rebirth, growth, and fertility. I found a little poem I really like. Spring has come. For this we are thankful. The divine is present all around. In the cool fall of a rainstorm, in the tiny buds of a flower, in the down of a newborn chick, in the fertile fields waiting to be planted, in the sky above us and in the earth below us. We thank the universe for all it has to offer us and so blessed to be alive on this day. Welcome light, welcome spring. Christian celebrations include Lent, Holy Week, and Easter. Muslims have Ramadan, which I think just ended, and Hindus have Holi, which is the celebration where they throw colors at each other. in honor of spring. Judaism has Passover. Japanese Buddhists celebrate Orgon and also reflect on the birth of the Buddha. Buddhists in Burma have a week-long water festival called Thingyan. I have a new person familiar with Buddhism and is doing that. It's over yesterday. Here in Pittsburgh, all the different Buddhist groups have a Vesak ceremony, which includes a water blessing in a nearby stream or river to be carried throughout all the waters of the earth to bring freshness and love to the world. And this reminds me of Masaru Emoto. I'm sure many of you know who this is, who showed that water responds and is cleaned by positive thoughts and words or destroyed by negative ones. These all bring the feeling of the newness of life and spiritual renewal, a new beginning. Spring naturally makes us see this renewal of life. It makes us appreciate the circle of life. We see that even in the harshest of winters, there is rebirth, renewal. One naturally flows into the other. Spring is a time of your spirit awakening with new ideas and dreams for your life. It is a fresh, warm energy that has the power to make you feel alive and inspired. Spring is a joyful time. Your spirit is coming alive with hopeful, excited energy. Parts of you are being reborn and coming alive in ways they never had before. Spring represents a new day. It's dawn in the wheel of life. A new sun is rising. Life is waking up in the warm sunlight, and your spirit feels ready to make a fresh start. Metaphysically, Easter is this awakening and a rising of the sun of spiritual consciousness and the Christ consciousness within us. We see a new spiritual dimension. The general symbolic story of the death of the sun, S-O-N, or S-U-N, on a cross, the constellation of the Southern Cross, and his rebirth, overcoming the powers of darkness. Was a well-worn story in the ancient world, with plenty of parallels in rival resurrection saviors as well. Orisis and Baal, among others, in ancient times. Of course, there are opposing Christian views on this idea. Early Christianity made a pragmatic acceptance of ancient practices to encourage other religions and spirit groups to join them. Many of these practices we enjoy in Easter and Christmas today. Your work this season can be determining which of your past dreams you want to focus spring's powerful energy on. What excites you right now? What are you interested in? What are you drawn toward? If it calls to you, try it. Just go for it. Have fun. Now is the time to get really clear on what you want to see grow in your life and what you want to harvest. In order to get that clarity, you need to try out what is calling you. How do you access this clarity? For our tried and true methods of meditation to get to know our true mind, working to clean that mind by replacing negative thoughts with positive, life-affirming thoughts, going to the silence within, honoring our intuition and accessing the beauty that is there for us in nature. Be thankful for all the blessings we currently have. May you be the person you aspire to be. Let your thoughtfulness move you on your path of fulfillment. Let this day bring you endless peace, joy, love, laughter, and blessings. Thank you. We will now have